Blueberries have achieved superfood status in popular culture, and they frequently top lists of brain-healthy foods. There's actually more research supporting cognitive benefits from blueberries than from most foods we've discussed, though as always, we need to carefully interpret what the evidence actually shows versus what marketing suggests. The primary compounds of interest in blueberries are polyphenol, particularly anthocyanins that give them their blue-purple color. These compounds have potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties in laboratory studies. The proposed mechanism for brain benefits involves reducing oxidative stress and neuroinflammation, both of which are prominent features of Alzheimer's disease and both of which accelerate ND+ depletion through stress response pathways. There have been several human intervention studies with blueberries or blueberry supplements, and some have shown improvements in memory and cognitive function, particularly in older adults with mild cognitive impairment. These studies typically use fairly large amounts, 1 to 2 cups of blueberries daily or equivalent concentrated supplements, and run for several months. The effects are modest, but statistically significant in some trials. Animal research has been even more promising, showing that blueberry supplementation can improve memory, reduce markers of brain aging, and even slightly extend lifespan in some models. The polyphenol appear to accumulate in brain regions important for memory and may enhance neuronal communication and promote the birth of new neurons. However, let's inject some necessary skepticism. First, not all studies show benefits, and publication bias means that positive results are more likely to be published than null results. Second, many studies are funded by blueberry industry groups, which doesn't invalidate the research but requires cautious interpretation. Third, the amounts used in research are significant. Eating 1 to 2 cups of fresh blueberries daily is expensive, and frozen berries, while more affordable, may have somewhat different polyphenol profiles. The bioavailability of blueberry polyphenol is complex. They're extensively metabolized by gut bacteria and liver enzymes, producing various metabolites that may differ in activity from the original compounds. Individual variation in gut microbiome composition means people metabolize blueberries differently, potentially explaining why some individuals might benefit more than others. Blueberries are also relatively high in natural sugars. While the fiber content moderates blood sugar impact, eating large quantities does contribute significant calories and carbohydrates. For individuals managing diabetes or blood sugar issues, this needs consideration. The overall metabolic context matters. Blueberries as part of a balanced diet with controlled calorie intake is different from adding 2 cups of blueberries on top of an already high-calorie diet. There's also the practical issue of cost and access. Fresh blueberries can be expensive, particularly outside growing season. Frozen blueberries are more affordable and retain most nutrients, but many people prefer fresh. Wild blueberries have higher polyphenol density than cultivated varieties, but are harder to find and more expensive. Environmental considerations include pesticide residues. Blueberries often appear on lists of highly contaminated produce, so organic might be preferable if affordable. The carbon footprint of importing fresh blueberries year-round from distant locations is also worth considering. Regarding Alzheimer's disease specifically, blueberries are not a treatment or cure. The research showing benefits has primarily involved people with mild cognitive impairment or normal aging, not established Alzheimer's disease. Whether the modest cognitive improvements seen in some studies translate to reduced dementia risk over decades is unknown. For practical purposes, including blueberries regularly when they're in season and affordable makes sense as part of a varied diet rich in fruits and vegetables. Frozen blueberries work well in smoothies and are available year-round at lower cost. But don't bankrupt yourself buying expensive blueberries thinking they're essential for brain health. Other berries, strawberries, blackberries, raspberries, offer similar polyphenol and benefits. The key is eating a variety of colorful fruits regularly, with blueberries as one enjoyable option, but not a mandatory superfood. And the overall dietary pattern, combined with physical activity, sleep, stress management, and social engagement, matters far more for cognitive health than any single food, even one as well researched as blueberries.